I want to talk about this before I get out of here to start my day, and shout out to Thomas Bishop for bringing it to my attention. We've talked about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. plenty of times on my page. Well, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has chosen his running mate, a woman by the name of Nicole Shanahan. She comes from Silicon Valley. Okay, never heard of her. Yeah, I don't know who she is. Yeah. Here's what caught my eye about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. choosing his running mate. It's the list of people that was on his short list for vice president. And before we get into this list, I want to remind you that R.F. Kennedy Jr., in my opinion, is a Republican. And he's a Republican plant. He's backed financially by Republicans. He's supported by Republicans like Steve Bannon, Roger Stone, Charlie Kirk, those types of Republicans, the MAGA nuts. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. doesn't believe in vaccines. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a conspiracy theorist like the MAGA nuts. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. seems to be running on the Kennedy name, right? When he first announced that he was running as a Democrat. And then he switched to running as an independent. We believe that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is in this race to pick off votes from Joe Biden because he's not going to win. He's running as an independent. He's not going to win. And when you couple that with where he gets his financing from and who are the ones that support him, yeah, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a Republican plant. And when you look at the short list, the people that he was considering to be his vice president, it just further proves to me that, yeah, he's a Republican. So the first person is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was in the news not too long ago because he was denying that the Sandy Hook massacre took place. He's another conspiracy theorist. Aaron Rodgers also was railing against vaccines, so he's an anti-vaxxer as well. That sounds like MAGA nut behavior and ideology to me. The next is Jesse Ventura. Yes, the former wrestler. I don't know what type of experience Jesse Ventura has in the political arena, but Jesse Ventura made the short list to be Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s vice president. Mike Rowe. Yes, the host of the TV show Dirty Jobs. I don't know what type of experience Mike Rowe has in the political arena, but Mike Rowe also made the short list to be Robert F. Kennedy's vice president. Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard, who was once a Democrat, but for some reason, some way, somehow, she made a shift. She made a shift and started spouting Russian propaganda, siding with Republicans, railing against Democrats. And then she eventually, she changed her party. She is no longer a Democrat. She changed her party to an independent, which I don't know who she thinks she's fooling. She fills in as a Fox News anchor, right? She makes regular appearances on Fox News, railing against Democrats and pushing Russian propaganda. So, yeah, why don't you just go ahead and become a full-blown MAGA nut Republican? Because that's who you present yourself to be. But yes, Tulsi Gabbard made the short list of potential picks for Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s vice president. And last but not least, Killer Mike. The rapper from Atlanta who graduated high school, who spent one semester over at Morehouse College before he dropped out to pursue his dreams, who tells black children that they shouldn't dream big, while he himself dreamed big and had a lucrative career because of him, he dreaming big and believing in himself. Yeah, he tells black children that they owe it to their parents to not dream big, but to dream practical and to go to trade school. Told a black kid that he would never be president of the United States. Killer Mike, who swims in the waters with Nina Turner and Charlemagne the God, who bashes Democrats to uplift Republicans. Yeah, he was on RF Kennedy Jr.'s short list for vice president. Killer Mike, who behind closed doors was shaking hands with racist white supremacist Brian Kemp, the Brian Kemp who suppresses black votes here in the state of Georgia. Yeah, Killer Mike, who has had town halls with Brian Kemp, who uplifted Brian Kemp and dogged out Stacey Abrams. Yeah, Killer Mike was on the short list for Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s vice president. That explains why I saw that video of Killer Mike at one of RFK Jr.'s speaking engagements. And after that speaking engagement, he went up and shook his hand and said and told RFK that, yeah, more people need to be listening to you, sir. Yeah, that explains why he had a town hall for RFK Jr. at one of those, at his barbershop, I guess, where, you know, he was pushing for black people to go to trade school. Yeah, that Killer Mike. The Killer Mike who talks trash about Democrats to uplift Republicans. He was on the short list to be RFK Jr.'s vice president. Now, if none of this information connects dots for you, I can't make it any plainer. But RFK Jr. is a Republican plant. Vote blue in 2024. Y'all have a fantastic Good Friday. I'll see y'all later.